Welcome back to today's video of the wealthiest women in the world. Before we reveal the top 10 women billionaires, don't forget to like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell. Don't miss our new videos. Number 10. Abigail Johnson. Net worth $20 billion. Abigail Johnson is the granddaughter of the late Edward C. Johnson, founder of Fidelity Investments, a retirement fund and asset management company. She became the company's CEO in 2014 and the chairwoman in 2016. In 2018, she had the company start trading digital currencies like Bitcoin. Abigail Johnson currently owns 24.5% of the Fidelity investment stake, and her net worth is constantly growing. Number 9. Laurene Powell Jobs. Net worth $22 billion. In 2017, Laurene Powell Jobs inherited a fortune worth billions of dollars from her late husband, Apple co-founder Steve Jobs. She owns a large amount of stock in Apple and Disney. She acquired a minority stake in the parent company of the NBA Washington Wizards and NHL's Washington Capitals. She also owns shares in several media outlets, including most of the Atlantic magazine and all of California's Sunday pop-up magazines. She has also founded Emerson's Collective, a hybrid investment social impact and philanthropic firm. In 2004, she launched the Emerson Collective Foundation in the second half of 2016, donating $1.2 billion in Disney shares. Number 8. Suzanne Clatton. Net worth $23 billion. Susan was born into a powerful German business family accused of collaborating with the Nazis and profiting from slave labor in the country during World War II. When her father died, Susan inherited 50.1% of the chemical and pharmaceutical manufacturing company called Altana. She helped turn Altana into a world-class corporation and now owns the whole company. In 2007, she earned $2.7 billion in profits from Altana. Her father left her a 12.5% stake in the automaker company BMW. If you add her brothers and mother, they collectively own 47% of BMW. Suzanne has been a target of blackmailers. She was filmed being intimate and ordered to pay $56 million for the images. Suzanne refused to pay the extortionist, and he ended up in jail. Number 7. Gina Rinehart. Net worth $29 billion. Australian Gina Rinehart is the current president of Hancock Mining, a mineral exploration and extraction company founded by her father, Lang Hancock. When he died in 1992, she became the chairwoman of the board. The company was in a very difficult situation. His fortune was only $56 million, not accounting for debts and liabilities that threatened to bankrupt Gina. However, Gina Rinehart managed to pull it off and became the owner of big mines like Roy Hill. With her profits, she ventured into other businesses and bought the media company 10 Network Holdings and several cattle farms. This made her the largest cattle producer in her country. By May 2021, she had become the largest Australian landowner, holding 23 million acres, just over 1% of the country's total landmass. Number 6. Miriam Adelson. Net worth $30 billion. Miriam was born in Tel Aviv, Israel, and she studied medicine there. After divorcing her first husband, she met and married Sheldon Adelson, a wealthy casino businessman. They founded a drug addiction treatment facility in order to help those who are struggling with addiction. Sheldon Adelson died in January 2021. Miriam now owns more than half of her husband's company, Las Vegas Sands, worth $48 billion, and has casinos not only in Las Vegas, but also in Singapore and Macau. Adelson's net worth is estimated to be over $30 billion, which has allowed her to continue funding addiction projects and support Donald Trump. She and her husband were the biggest donors to his campaign in 2016. Number 5. Jacqueline Mars. Net worth $32 billion. Jacqueline Mars is the daughter of Forrest Mars and granddaughter of Frank Seamers, who founded Mars Incorporated, the world's largest candy maker. It's the one that produces Mars bars, Snickers, and even pet food like Pedigree and Whiskers. Jacqueline worked for the company for 20 years and was a board of directors member until 2016. She holds 1/3 of the company's stake, and other family members own the other 2/3. Jacqueline Mars also serves on the board of directors of the Smithsonian Institution. She has a total net worth of $32 billion. Despite her wealth, she likes to keep a low profile. However, she couldn't avoid being under the spotlight due to a car accident in 2013, when her vehicle left her lane and struck a minivan. As a result of the unfortunate event, one person died and another suffered a miscarriage. She pleaded guilty after toxicology test came back negative. Number 4. Mackenzie Scott, net worth $36 billion. Mackenzie Scott was in the media spotlight when she starred in the most expensive divorce in history. She received a quarter of the shares owned by Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon. Her divorce is not her only accomplishment. Scott started Amazon with Jeff Bezos. She was one of the company's first employees working on developing Amazon's business plan and shipping the company's first orders. After her family's success, she began to devote herself to them full-time. For a few days in 2020, she was the wealthiest woman in the world. However, after donating billions of dollars to many NGOs dedicated to charitable causes, she stopped being so wealthy. That year she donated over $5.8 billion to charitable organizations, one of the massive annual donations made by a private individual. She also pledged to donate most of her fortune to philanthropic organizations through the Giving Pledge initiative. Number 3. Julia Fletcher Cook, net worth $55 billion. Julia Fletcher Cook is the world's richest widow. She was born in Iowa and worked as a model and designer assistant. Working in the fashion world led her access to New York's upper-class circles, an environment in which she moved like a fish in water. Although he didn't leave her with a good impression at first, months later, they went out again when they met at a party. After 5 years, they got married in one of David's mansions, who was a big oil tycoon and co-founder of Koch Industries. Julia helped her super-wealthy husband take an interest in art and organized his social calendar. During their marriage, her husband donated $10 million to a medical center and another $10 million to Stanford Children's Hospital to study food allergies. When she became a widow in 2019, Julia inherited 42% of the Koch Industries. Her wealth currently stands at $55 billion. Number 2. Alice Walton, net worth $62 billion. The vast majority of this list includes widows or heiresses, and Alice Walton is no exception. She's the heiress to Walmart founder Sam Walton, who left her a massive fortune of $62 billion. But even though most of her fortune has been inherited, it doesn't mean she has no talent for business. Early in her career, she was an equity analyst and money manager for the First Commerce Corporation. Alice Walton has two great passions: raising horses and works of art. She has a collection valued at over $500 million. In 2011, she opened her museum called the Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art. This museum displays significant artists such as Andy Warhol, Norman Rockwell, and Mark Rothko. In 2020, she unveiled her plans to build a holistic health center in Bentonville, Arkansas. Let's leave the Walmart heiress enjoying her billions to move on to the number 1 wealthiest woman in the world. And the wealthiest woman in the world is a French woman named Francoise Bettencourt-Meyers, with a massive net worth of $80 billion. She's the granddaughter of Eugene Schiller, founder of the cosmetics manufacturing company L'Oreal. This company has been associated with her since 1997. Francoise became the wealthiest woman in the world in 2017, when her mother, who was previously the wealthiest woman in the world, died. She left L'Oreal's stock as an inheritance. She also chairs the Bettencourt Schiller Foundation, which supports philanthropy, scientific research, and artistic activities. She has donated money to organizations that help autistic children, and in 2019, she donated $226 million to help rebuild the Notre Dame Cathedral, which had suffered a terrible fire. I think that's enough billions now. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content like this and turn on notifications to get the latest videos. I hope to see you again soon.